To Rumble, it's that time. I'd like to welcome everybody to the July meeting of the Lafayette Redevelopment Commission. And I'm calling this meeting to order. Our agenda is not too huge today, but as always, we'll cover some important things. Our first order of business would be that the commission all have access to the minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? And if not, is there a motion to proceed?
I'd move approval of the June 26 minutes of the Lafayette Redevelopment Commission.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And on with the agenda, Dennis, if you'll take it from here.
Yeah, good morning. We have just 3 items here under new business today, and the first item is with the Grounded Solutions Network, and this is for a technical assistance contract. This is a Phase 2. If you remember, we contracted with them for a Phase 1 earlier this year, and that first phase was for them to come and educate us about community land trust, and that process and those things. So in June, we held 2 days of meetings with them. We worked with, we invited also a lot of potential community partners, community development corporations, other not-for-profits and such that have an interest in affordable housing, because this is to support affordable housing. And we also met with a group of realtors, bankers, the Area Plan Commission, and many other people within the city as well, too. So those meetings went very, very well. We had a really enthusiastic response from it, and everybody really wants to move forward with it. So we have a contract here, again, for a Phase 2, which is an amount of $40,000, and it'll basically have 3 tasks to it. And the first task is the feasibility assessment and market analysis, and that will assess the opportunities and the process of developing a community land trust program. And then task 2 is actually doing a business plan and a plan for sustainability. So we'll actually create a full business plan, look at the operations of it, the costs, the budgeting, those kind of things. And then technically task 3 here is the actual site visits and project meetings. So they'll be on site here for a few days, but a lot of the meetings will also be virtual online with our stakeholders as well too. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but I'm seeking your approval.
So they're looking for $40,000. Is that accurate?
Right, as a consulting contract.
And
correct.
if we're successful, give me just a snapshot of what we'll accomplish.
Well, hopefully, in the end, we'll actually set up a community land trust. I'm not sure exactly what that will look like. It could be a separate organization that will undertake it. It could be actually directly led by the city, or it could be led by a different organization. Not sure yet, but anyway, the land trust will hold land, and what that will do is help support affordable housing. So we can take that land out of the equation and would just focus on the improvements on the property, which would be the actual house, to make it more affordable. And then there's also things that will be put in place that when the property is sold, there's a negotiated part of the equity that is obtained over time. So some of that would be negotiated with that property owner, and actually that will help maintain the subsidies and other things that we put into these affordable housing projects and maintain the affordability long term.
So we've done Phase 1, we're considering Phase 2. Are there phases beyond that?
Or the actual operation if we set one up, yes.
All right, so we'll be updated on all that.
Correct.
Are there any questions from the commission?
Well, I promised Michelle that I wouldn't ask any questions today. That was before I saw the topic matters.
Sure.
But I am going to hold off. I already told Dennis, I'm interested in this, but I missed the initial meeting when they came and made a presentation, and so I'm a little behind on this. I think I will ask one question from this topic, and that is, knowing that there's interest by other parties, including the county and the city of West Lafayette, is this $40,000 a shared cost? And is it the only cost for this next phase?
It's the only cost for this next phase, and yes, and I have invited both the county and West Lafayette to gauge their interest and such. So, moving forward, they may also be financial participants in the project as well.
Okay, thank you.
because as you know, affordable housing is not just a Lafayette issue,
Absolutely.
it's a greater Lafayette issue and
Yes.
such, so.
Yes, I agree.
I'll just share with Josh that it was a very interesting presentation and it was very informational. So you should collect that information. It's worthwhile.
Thank you.
And all three entities, we also have our own resources that we can bring to bear, so hopefully we can leverage those all together as well.
If no further questions, I'll entertain a motion to,
Motion to approve.
Second?
motion has been approved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Moving on.
All right, our next two items are change orders with the Park East project with Atlas Excavating. And we have people from Butler, Fairman, and Seifert Engineering here that can explain this much better than I can. I'll give you an update about the project as well, too.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Jake Goodman with Butler, Fairman, and Seifert. So what you have before you is change order 6 and change order 7. So I'll run through those quickly here, and then I'll give you an update on where the project stands today. So change order number 6 is to change out to VRAM, which is a replacement for the joint adhesive for the surface. It's a better product that the city and we had talked about kind of as we were getting close to bid and had planned on change ordering that in at a later date. So that was not a surprise, and that was something that we had talked to the city about doing along the way there. And then that is an increase of $56,415.45 for change order number 6. And then change order number 7, there's several items on there. So I guess just starting from the top, the city there was some confusion with the detour for the Haggerty closure, so there was some additional maintenance of traffic signage that was added. So that was included as part of this change order. There was some existing under drains at the tie-in points along Haggerty that needed to be dealt with, and so for that under drain work, there was some costs associated with that was included with this change order. And then through coordinating with the city and coming to a determination on what stamped concrete was wanted for the truck apron at the Haggerty roundabout, there was additional labor involved with the type of stamping that was determined to be the direction the city wanted to go. So Milestone had submitted additional costs associated with that additional labor. So that's what that justification is for item 231. And then 232, there was a omitted storm sewer structures due to conflict with CenterPoint Energy encroachment. So Josh, you might be able to help me out with that.
So on Haggerty, we changed out due to the encroachment conflict. We were not able to install the storm sewer per the drawing, so we added 8 curb turnouts to handle the water to the ditches. Which in turn added a little extra cost for the handwork to install those turnouts.
Okay.
That was requested by Milestone.
So it was additional costs associated with those turnouts is what that was, so. So that increase total for change order number 7 is $19,619. And so with change order number 7, the new contract amount would be $21,552,093.28. And that is an increase by $18,182.26 over the original contract amount.
So you have two, we're doing them both, it looks like, and the first one was 56.
If you need me to propose them for approval separate, we
I
can do
just
it
want to
that way.
understand what dollar amount that we're
Yes.
committing to.
So
Yeah,
change,
I'm just going to clarify, yes, we should adopt each change order separately. We can talk about them all at once, but ultimately you will need 2 separate motions for each change order.
Okay, I can give you a summary on change order 6 again real quick, just the total amounts. So for change order number 6, that will increase the contract amount by $56,415.45, bringing that new contract amount to $21,532,474.28. I request the board's approval.
That's still probably a little over $8 million less than the engineer's estimate for that project, wasn't it?
Yeah, it came in substantially lower than the engineer's estimate, yeah.
We're still, at change order 6, sorry, we are still working on a net of a
Right.
surplus of money from previous change orders as well, you know, where we're now.
That's correct. So there was quite a few changes to the drainage at Haggerty in relation to the center point easement, and that gave us basically decreased the contract amount, and so we're just with change order number 7, we'll be just over that surplus that we were working with, so.
I'd move approval of change order number 6 regarding the Park East Boulevard project.
Second?
Moved and seconded, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then number 7, are there additional questions? If not, I'll entertain that.
Motion to approve change order number 7 in the amount of $19,619.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We did it.
You did it.
Thank you very much.
Would you like an update on where we're at with the
Yes.
project?
Please.
So roughly, we're about 60% complete. They're working on asphalt from Haggerty to McCarty right now. They just opened the Haggerty roundabout up to traffic. So it'll be partially restricted as they continue building to the north, but through traffic will be allowed there for Haggerty and then the south leg of Park East. They're working on earthwork and embankment and some lighting along St. Francis Way. So continuing improvements through there. If you've been through there, I'm sure you've probably noticed there's lane restrictions at McCarty now. So they're working on the south side of the roundabout there. Sound like they've done some milling and continue to work there as well. There's some of the lighting foundations being placed along St. Francis Way and then northward up along Park East Boulevard, as well as some of the work being done up at the mezzanine crossing. So north of McCarty, there's going to be a pedestrian crossing up there. So there's been some work done there as well. The water main and sanitary are all installed. They're working through the testing process now for both of those to get those closed out. And I believe that pretty much covers.
Ultimately, there will be a roundabout on the park.
Yes, yeah, and it'll be phased construction. So they're working on building the south side first, and then there'll be an additional phase to move traffic to the north side, or I'm sorry, to the south side to then build the north side.
Is there a roundabout in the middle there going to San,
Yes, St. Francis Way,
Yeah.
there will also be a roundabout there.
is that one in yet?
Not yet. So
We're
they're,
up to the base.
they're to the base? Okay. Yep. Any
So
other?
60% complete roughly, and the projected completion all of,
Do you know that date off here? It's
Our
July?
original substantial completion's December 5th of this year, final completion in July
Yeah.
of next year.
Yeah, so substantial complete at the end of the year.
any other questions?
On the change order, number 7, it's not about the change order, it's about a note that's there that I'm not sure I've heard you say yet or not. For Haggerty Lane to be open, it says July 14th. Is it actually open
Yes.
all the way?
It is open to through traffic,
Okay,
yes.
okay, good. Thank you.
Yep.
That's what I want to know.
Any other questions?
If not, thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
your
guys.
report.
Yep.
Dennis, can you give us a director's report?
I can. So streetscape, still working on that, Main and 9th Street. The 3 of the 4 quadrants there, most of the concrete is in, so they're still working on that. They've been pouring the bases for the traffic poles and the street lights and such. We have run into a lot of unmarked conduit and utility lines, and also abandoned pipes and things, which have kind of slowed things down. and such, and that added some extra work to the project, but otherwise it's moving along and we're still on schedule. So any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Get that done.
Yes.
Anything? Thank you. I'll dismiss you and let you sit down, and we'll consider the claims. We have have all been mailed a copy, and I know Josh and we've all reviewed those. Are there any discussion about the claims? If not,
Motion to accept the claims totaling $10,053,944.51 today, July 24th, 2025.
Second?
moved and seconded.
Question. Mr. Carson, would you shed a little bit of light on the brick and wood
Yeah.
property acquirement? Yeah.
Dennis, I'll help you out on
Yeah,
that one. So we are doing a project on South 9th Street, which someone else in this room can give a little more details on, but it is a sidewalk that is going to improve that and provide some pedestrian facilities. So we have been in the process of land acquisition for a while now, and what you see there is, for the most part, the wrap-up of that land acquisition that we need, so the project can be let in January.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I see a lot of a little different costs at different things.
Each property had very
Its
different
own
things
identity.
of what we needed. Sometimes we just needed a little bit of temporary right-of-way. Sometimes we actually had a pretty significant impact on it. But it was a good process to get through.
And so essentially, Brick and Wood, the Veterans Memorial, will be a bigger,
Much better
more
road,
lanes.
yes. It will be a much improved road.
We're working on coming and going to the south side quite a bit, Poland Hill as well, and,
Poland Hill, we're getting closer on.
okay.
We're getting there.
Thank you.
Okay, any more on claims? It's been moved and seconded, so we'll say all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Claims are approved. Moving towards the end of this, Cindy, are there any public comments? This is your time to stand and say something. Cindy, you don't have anything? Come on. Well, if that is